Honestly, the true villain from A Quiet Place Day One is the cat. She's a runner. She's a track star. Stay tuned. All right, welcome to another episode of Claire Hair. We are talking about A Quiet Place Day One. First things first, I don't know why they just didn't do this with the cat. Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm a problem solver. So basically, the premise of the movie, I don't understand it. The premise of the movie is basically, stay right there. This thing got me scared. Okay, the premise of the movie is basically it is a prequel to the Quiet Place series, where if you make any noise, the aliens that invaded Earth during that time frame will take you away forever. Okay, so first things first. So we open up the movie and we are introduced to Lupita's character that I do not know. And basically, she's terminally ill. I really thought she had muscular dystrophy, basically a form of Parkinson's where you lose motor control, but she has cancer. I don't know. It was kind of confusing because she had the patches. I don't know. In conclusion, she has cancer. And so basically they go to the city they go into the city for like a day trip. She wants pizza from the old place that her father had pizza at. They get there, and basically what happens is that tremors start going throughout the city. It's time to leave, and she's not able to get her pizza. And so basically explosions and like basically aliens kind of come down. They kind of look like basically like shooting stars almost, but in reverse. Unshooting stars, falling angels. Ooh, that's a theory. Ooh. Anyway, so basically they're falling from the sky, and they get closer. So she has her main nurse that she works with, and they find shelter, and her cat runs off, and she finds Joseph Quinn's character. Also, the cat's name is Frodo, so I've renamed the name. We are now watching Lord of the Pizza Lord of the Pizza episode 1. That's what it felt like. Basically they're on the search for pizza, and so basically they find shelter. Before her cat runs off and introduces us to Joseph Quinn's character, we are introduced to Jimon Hunsu. So Jimon Hunsu is there with his wife, and they're watching the movie, and they're watching the movie at the time, so they end up using the movie as shelter. So as you know, the government does. So they went around and started, breaking off the bridges, basically cutting off. It's kind of cutting like a virus, because they noticed that the aliens were at certain cities, so they started cutting it off. And they're like, "Hey, we'll come back for a search and rescue." So yeah, in a week, pretty much. And one of the people there was just like started hysterically screaming, "We're all gonna go!" So Jimon Hunsu comes over and gives him something to cry about. And so his son watched him, and I was like, I ain't gonna lie to you, but I bet you after that his son stopped talking. He didn't say he stopped talking. So basically, Jimon Hunsu basically sees that this is a different world now, that he had to go do that and send him to the upper room because he didn't know how to be quiet. Anyway, so Joseph Quinn helps her set out on this. Turns out he's actually flying in from London. We get to his beautiful British accent. Beautiful. And so they go walking through the city, and of course, random sounds make sense because a lot of them so basically as they're trying to evacuate, a lot of them start walking in the same direction. I'm just like, isn't they gonna hear, like, someone's gonna cough? Like, someone's gonna cough. I don't know why they would do that. So they're walking through the city, and like, of course, the monsters are just like, dang, like, this is a buffet line. So they start going to them, so they get separated. So they finally find the pizza. The pizza is trash. It was so cute. So they basically put like on the name saying, oh, her father's pizza. Turns out that the cancer that she has is genetic, and her father passed away, unfortunately, as well, too. It was so sad. And so basically, after she finds the pizza, she pretty much starts making noise to like distract them as he jumps, and he grabs the cat with him. I also wore this, that's because the sweater was yellow. I wore it in honor of her. Anyways, but they jump onto the boat. So they jump onto the boat with the cat, which the jump he did, he had a little swag on it. So basically, all the animals are running after him. He grabs the cat, he did like this, and he jumped. I was like, I know that's right. So he gets on the boat, and like Jimon Hunsu gives him a hug, which I'm jealous of because I want a hug from Jimon Hunsu. He said, "You're safe now." And so that ends the movie, and then it shows her finally making noise, and then like it's time for her to go. So I have my review on here. I have Lupita as 5 out of 5. I just put that there. I just put that there. I just put Lupita is 5 out of 5. I didn't put anything else after that. I just put Lupita is 5 out of 5. Joseph Quinn, he gets a 3 out of 5 only because I didn't really get to like build out his character a lot, but he has a very charming face. Like he looks like, I don't know, he looks like he would get your mail for you if you weren't home for a month. Like he looks very nice. Anyway, so I have a couple of points on here. Negative point, I'm just gonna mix them up. Negative point I have on here, runtime is 90 minutes. Did y'all get cut off or something? Like something about the 90-minute run. It's funny because like I reviewed it's funny because I reviewed the Divorce in Black yesterday, and I was like, this is 2 hours too long. This is 90 minutes too short. I really wanted more development, but I mean, there's only so much they can talk about, you know. Like the times that they could talk was like during the storm or like the thunder. You know, they found out that you could talk under a waterfall as long as it's quietly. But I really wanted to hear his accent some more, because I want to hear his accent some more. But really, I really wanted to know why Earth. You know, I guess I'm not saying we were going to get like a monologue from the aliens. We've chosen Earth, because this is an alien voice. We've chosen Earth because I know they don't know how to shut up. You know, like, can you imagine the stuff with the aliens that? I know they don't know how to shut up. But yeah, I think that was like, I really wish like they would have spent more time. I was like, we would have stayed in the theater. Like I sat there in the theater. I was like, oh, okay, well, I have on here, it answered some questions, but not all of the questions. Cause I was just like, now I'm like in my brain, I think I was supposed to do it, but I was so tired. I think the cat is significant in one of the other stories, because we know Jimon Hunsu was in one of the movies where like they finally found the island that he was on and built a whole life about and brought them there, you know. Also, I have on her Jimon Hunsu. I want a Jimon Hunsu hug. I have on here. Just gonna leave that there. He looks like he smells so good. Like he smells like Gucci Guilty mixed with Old Spice. Like he looks like he smells good. But yeah, with Mr. Jimon Hunsu, I feel like his character. Now I gotta rewatch. Now I gotta go kind of rewatch a little bit, because I know his character was very vital in one of the series where he showed like my wives and other. So I have to rewatch that. But I liked his character from what we've seen. I like the fact that he said you ain't gonna be yelling no. You ain't gonna be. And now I said as you ain't gonna be talking now. The chemistry was good between Joseph and Lupita. I really feel like I felt their emotions without talking, like so much so that I felt like also, on the other hand, it's just that I didn't want them talking, because I thought it was gonna be like a silent film almost, because like they was gonna de-life them, you know. But I thought it was gonna be like a silent film the entirety of the movie, because like they relied on facial expressions, like exasperation a lot, and it really showed to me, like, which I've always known, which I'm an observationalist, but it really showed to me that watching, like, body language is so loud. Okay, ironically, body language is so loud. Like the way, like, certain expressions that Lupita made was just, I was like, you have to be an actress to be able to do that. Joseph Quinn as well. Like I felt the shame, like certain expressions he made, like I felt the shame. I just felt him, you know. So I really like that. I felt that through the screen. Money wise, I think they made just enough to pay the bills, but it was nowhere near the other sequels to A Quiet Place. It looks like Krasinski, basically the person who starred in the first 2 or 3 movies, it looks like he produced the movie as well. And I'm just like, this is amazing. I love that the actors are producing movies, because they get a higher cut, because they are severely underpaid. But overall, 3.5 out of 5. Definitely needed it in the series collection, but something about the timing, like it just felt so rushed. It felt short-winded. It was just like much to do about nothing. Like it's like I got excited, and when it was the day of, it was just like, oh. It's at day 1, so like I don't know if that means they're gonna give us more information, you know, about how, you know, Jimon Hunsu and his family built their life on the new island. But it was interesting to see like some of the reactions of the people who were there. Like I was like, this is human nature. Like we got people trying to grab their phones, trying to grab this. I was like, there's nothing to grab. You run, Okay. But yeah, I definitely need more time next time. Okay, so now the rest of the movie, the rest of the episode, we will be roasting. Why would you have kids during an apocalypse? Like, that's what we're gonna be roasting for the rest of the movie. First things first. Something about the fact that we could pass that it goes to upper room at any time is not going to get me in the mood. Like, I still to this day, like, just rewatching the movies, like rewatching, just rethinking the movie. Now I'm older, a little bit older now. I'm just like, this is stupid. Like, why would you sit there and be like, you know what? I know we have to stay silent during everything. Let's bring one of the most known land animals, because humans count as animals. Let's bring one of the most loudest animals into the world. Do you know how loud babies are? And then this is the also BS I have on here. What if there is a complication in birth? Because what would happen is that whenever she gave birth, she would have the fireworks going off to counteract the sounds. And my thing is, I don't know about y'all, but I've never given the birth. But for my friends who have given the birth, you're taking a chance. Like, it's either the labor could be for hours, the labor could be for minutes, or it could be for hours. Like, I think the longest labor I've heard of from one of my friends, she said I was there because labor starts the moment you become dilated. She said she was there for 32 hours. She watched the sun go up and down, and I was just like, so you just have fireworks just shooting. You just got fireworks just going off that whole time. Also, I don't care how strong soldier you are. Once that pain hit your back, because even when I be cramping, like when that pain hits your back, you do not know what you would do. Like, everybody's saying what they would do whenever they would have pain. For example, one of the most painful things that ever happened to me was when my right ankle got broken, right? So someone was leaning back in their chair. It's just second grade. Someone was leaning back in the chair, and my foot was there, and I was trying to move my foot, and he leaned his full weight onto the foot. My ankle did, wow. That was one of the most excruciating pains I've ever felt. And guess what? I couldn't time my breath. Ow! Crayon firework. Like I just don't see it. Something about this didn't make any sense. Wasn't responsible. Also, a lot of y'all who had kids during the pandemic found out how easy it is to entertain a toddler. It is not. Okay. I babysat. I have the hours. I have the work. I don't have any kids, but I have the hours, and I can tell you, trying to entertain any kid between the ages of 4 to about 12, I gave some of my best comedy work. I gave some of my best comedy stick. I gave some of my best. We hula the hooped, water the parked, and it's only 11 o'clock a.m. I'm bored. What? Like, what do you mean you're bored? Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean you're bored? Like, I was like, you're what? I'm bored. And you trying to tell me you're bringing that into the apocalypse? What else I have on here? Also, with babies, I've also taken care of babies as well. What do you do when they're teething? Because babies don't have a timer. Babies aren't cognizant enough to be like, ooh, I'm teething. Let me quietly. Mama's got to go to work tomorrow. No, it's a wham. A wham. Okay? The baby's going to be crying at the top of their lung because their teeth are coming in. You think you can plan a firework around that? Well, like, I still to this day, like, I know, family's got a family, but something about the fact that they sat there and said, let's make another chaos. Like, y'all both couldn't do independent study. For my grown-ups, you know what that means. Like, y'all both couldn't do independent study and study in the same room. Y'all just had to make a baby and have the stork bring the baby in. That's what y'all had to do. I just, like, every time I think about it more, like, these are like 2 o'clock thoughts in my brain because I'd be asleep. I just think about it more. I'm just like, why would you do this? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, I still to this day, like, I'm still scratching my head. I was like, why I'm really thinking about, I was like, why would you do this? Anyways, if y'all think of any other ways we can judge these people for having a baby in the apocalypse, definitely let me know below. But don't forget to subscribe, share. It's Claire here. She's a runner. She's a track star. Sorry.